Hey everyone, Nicholas here. Hey, this video is part of my first time home buyer real estate academy. This video is for specifically people who are clients of mine, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk about pre-approvals. So what is a pre-approval if you're a first time home buyer? What does that even mean? Why is it important? And why does all this talk about pre-approval? So here's why pre-approvals are important. Pre-approval essentially is how you are going to show to the seller of a house that you are a serious home buyer. So essentially with a pre-approval, what's going to happen is in order for you to get one, you need to get connected with a lender. So there's a couple different lenders that I use, and I can refer you to them and get you connected with them. And basically, you're going to talk to them. You're going to tell them, what's your income look like? You're going to answer questions like, what kind of assets do you have? So that might be retirement accounts, checking, savings. That might be stocks or dividends or anything like that. They're going to ask you about your assets. So they're going to ask you about your income, your assets. They're going to ask you about your debts and your bills and your payments. So what's coming into your accounts? What's going out of your accounts? That's the big questions and some of the conversation that's going to be had via either with a loan officer or over and with an application, online application. Essentially, though, you're going to give all that information to a banker. Could be a bank like Chase Bank or Wells Fargo or Regions, or could be a local credit union like Grant County State Bank or Via Credit Union, or it could be a mortgage broker like Ruoff Home Mortgage or something like that. So you're going to talk with one of those lenders or go through their application process, and then essentially they're either going to pre-approve you for a loan amount to buy a home, or they're going to say, well, let's work on some credit and let's chat again in a couple months, or let's chat again in 6 months or something like that. So that's why that's really important, because if you don't have a pre-approval and you start shopping around for a home, it's kind of like going to the grocery store but not bringing your wallet with you. You can't actually buy anything. And it's not the best use of your time or the best use of my time or the best use of the seller of the home's time, because when they can't sell their home if someone can't buy it. And so that's why the conversation of pre-approval is a conversation that is usually best had early on, because at the end of the day, if you don't have either cash to buy a house or you don't have a loan, you just can't buy a house. You've got to rent for a while. My wife and I, we were in that spot for a while. Before we got pre-approved, we rented. Because that was the season of life we're in. That's where we're at, and that's great. Renting is wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. And so whether you're renting or whether you're buying a home, it's important that you are in a financially strong position. So essentially, the pre-approval process is going to help validate whether you're in a financially strong position to begin the process of buying a house. Now, pre-approval should not be confused with approval. Just because you're pre-approved, oh, excuse me, the phone's ringing. Just because you're pre-approved does not mean, oh my goodness, that's so silly, that phone's ringing. Just because you're pre-approved does not mean that you're going to actually be approved for a loan. So after you're pre-approved, and then if you put an offer in for a house, after that offer process, there's a further loan application process that you'll need to go through that we can talk through at a later video. So that's all about pre-approvals. Hope that answers your questions. And if you have any, let me know. Subscribe, like, hit those buttons so that way you can get more videos from the First Time Homebuyer Academy. God bless. Somebody answer that phone.